Are you recording? Is it recording? It is recording. This message goes out to the ladies of The View. I have loved The View ever since The View's existence. I have watched The View on and off through various different forms. It has been a mother to me in various different elements. And I think it's been a mother to a lot of us, to understand the elements of society, what's going on, what are people talking about, what are the celebrities addressing, what's going on. Really, Barbara Walters is giving us an amazing. I mean, Johnny Carson and the Tonight Show. I think maybe there was someone else, but Johnny Carson, I think, is oftentimes the name associated to the Tonight Show and building it up. But The View was Barbara's baby, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful unfolding. So, with that being said, I want to throw some shout outs to the ladies of The View. And the reason why I throw some shout outs is because 3 out of 5 of the ladies of The Views have liked or retweeted something that I have said, and it really or responded has really resonated in my heart so much because of my growth with The View and as a View watcher, as a View fan. So I want to throw out, and I believe right now is the perfect view. Right now we are getting the zenith of The View, of where The View is and whatever The View is going to transform into. And so I have some ideas, as to how to grow the brand, because The View has to grow. I think, right? We want The View to grow. More viewers, more people, different avenues, whatnot. But so excited. Sunny Hostin. First and foremost, I want to thank Sunny Hostin because Sunny Hostin has this constant. She's liked a lot of my posts. She's replied to some of my posts. It's just she has a really great social media presence and growing her fandom and associating with her fans and the way she communicates, I think, really is because I am Hispanic. Has brought me in because her point of view is very similar to my point of view. So she really has brought me in, and there's a lot of things that I'm like, I agree with you, girl. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? But we understand because we're from the same world. So that cohesively is The View have seen. And then I want to thank Whoopi. Oh, Barbara, of course. I mean, Barbara, words cannot explain how much I love Barbara for creating The View. I mean, that's just an iconic. We should have a temple built on Barbara. The View should have its own building and its own studios and its own thing. Um, Come on, Disney. You're building up the other brands, but The View, let's go. So, Whoopi. Whoopi was the first one who replied to something I said that I wanted to be a comedian and I was afraid, and Whoopi was like, just do it. And that always resonated in me and it's always pushed me. And when I think about it, just keep going in that element. And so I love Whoopi. I've always loved. Who doesn't love Whoopi? I mean, Whoopi's an iconic human being who just resonates the presence of creative force. She's just, like, I don't know how people could stand right next to her. They would just buckle, be like, oh. Just, the reason why is because Whoopi enjoys being that vessel and that channel and has that disassociation from her ego that allows it to be such a clear channel to amazing point of views and just, say it in such few words. Oh, whoop. Love you so much. Okay. So Sunny and Sarah. Sarah, there's no particular order. I love you all. Sarah, I, I I'll be honest with you. When you first came, I was like, who's Sarah? Who? And I think that being in that presence, it's got to be like, oh, how do I make my name? This, which ties me into something personal. So let me get up close. When I was 13, I was in love with a girl, and her name was Trina Benson. And my first sexual dream, like, it was me and her on a couch, and it was just like, it felt so real. And I think it was like 8, 9, maybe 10 at the time. And I loved her. We were born one day apart. She was February 6th. I was February 7th. I hardly spoke English. I gave her $20 that somebody had given me because it was her birthday. I had received $20 for my birthday, so I gave it to her, and her mother called my mother, and then we met with them, and we were friends, and I was just so, like, and she had these boyfriends, and my friends dated her, and I was always like, and then she passed away when she was 13, and it just broke me. It just broke me so many different ways. Um, so then move on, or it gets sad. Then move on to Brenda. And along the way, I think I've also questioned my sexuality. You know, I had crushes on different people, on guys, and it's just like I would write poetry, but it was just like, you know, you have crushes on guys. I was like, I've loved souls. I've loved souls, not necessarily linked to a particular body, but loved the soul of a human being. Um, and so, and I don't think I've ever like really openly spoken about this, and the factor that Sarah had that element in her and talking to the teens who are oftentimes shrouded and pushed away, and 100,000 homeless LGBT youths on the streets. It just breaks your heart, you know, it just breaks your heart. And because you think about yourself and you think about the association to that. Oof. So, okay, so back on track. So Brenda, I told her I liked her. You know, we both worked at Nordstrom. I told her I liked her. And she was like, she had an ex-boyfriend, and it was this weird, like, but you like guys too. And I'm like, I know, it's weird. And so, like, I remember, like, scrubbing my face, like, in the shower with her, but I had my clothes on. It was weird. I had my shirt off. It was just, there was, you know, sometimes women do these things where, like, I'm testing the waters with you. So, and then one day she drove drunk and she got on the, on the wrong side of the freeway and she died with this other young woman from our store. And when I was on the phone, you know, and I worked at the Glendale Nordstrom, and my knees just buckled, like, you know how when you press those little dolls and you just, you know, all your joints just come undone. I was that, and I had to have someone pick me up because I wasn't able to drive my car. My aunt came and picked me up, and so all those things, and then I fell in love with this person that I was basically in my mind kind of married to for like 13 years because there was some kind of spiritual connection. And then now that I study Kabbalah, there's like all these things that make sense, and it's frustrating. And there's this other person, you know, and it's just like it can be so much. So I resolved to just be myself, and I resolved to kind of like being like, I'm not allowing people into my life and just focus on myself at this moment. I think that's what's really important. So Sarah, you allowed all of that, like just in your kindness and your softness. And I think that motherhood has really, and speed, it just, there's this amazing revelation. You're young and you're seeing the world in a different, it just, girl, I'm with you. So I wanted to throw out a little extra thing saying that, I know this video's long, I'm sorry, I know you're talking you guys can watch it, that, Invisible People, Sarah Haynes, Invisible People. I'll tweet that out to you. I hope, you know, you and Mark Horvath can partner up and work together to get, you know, homeless people some really good stuff, and maybe create like a foundation where people can donate and buy stuff. Like, if you buy stuff, Karen points, whatever. Girl, with you, 1,000% Mark Horvath and Haynes. Like, there's magic there. So, oh, Jed, I love you. I'm not gonna leave you guys. Jed, I think is Jed. You remind me because I've read Ayn Rand. I was totally an objectivist. I totally understand where you're coming from. So there's this beautiful unfolding. I haven't gotten that moment from Jed. I love Jed. You know, I still love Jed, but I think that there's those moments that just kind of click you over, and you're just like, oh, like it just, you know. But I love Jed. Don't get me wrong. I think the Ayn Rand thing. There's a connection there. And Joy. Joy. Just, Joy, you've been there from the beginning. Like, like the way you are, who you are, what you present to the world, the way you speak out, just, oh, Joy, you are an icon. And you are an amazing human being who is, you know, I would love to see you in movies again. And no side roles, like full on meaty stuff. Because I think that's what you wanted to do, right? You wanted to be an actress, so I think, why not? It's better late than never. So, did I miss out anybody? I don't think I did. And I think the reason why there was a falling out with me and the View and the Dead Kittens. We're not gonna talk about that. Unless it's pretty, please, producers. No. No dead animals. No, thank you, Whoopi. Whoopi came in and she's just like, we're not going to show any, no, we're not. We're not going to give this attention. Um, just, what else is there to say? I think that, you guys, you ladies, are just this amazing cohesion of light that is speaking to humanity. And I'm really touched by the report that Sarah did. I think that as I know that Jed's gonna do something amazing, but it's just gonna blow it out of the water. Oh, advice. So I think that the View, even though I think that the ladies of the View have to transition, have to become Meredith Vieiras on their own, and have to move forward and create their own brand. I think utilizing with YouTube or whatever Disney content watching thing it has. I don't think the ABC website is a good website because people have to log in and be like through cable, and cable is out. I don't know if you guys knew that, but cable is out. It's all internet. The more we can bypass and get the information, so we don't have to pay extra people. That's basically it. So I think that the ladies of the View should consider really beefing up their YouTube content. And I think that because I know personally, I would love to see like Sunny just have an interview with somebody else, like separate content outside of the View, but maybe tied into the View. Sunny's view, and Whoopi's view, and different kind of like, or Sunny and Set featuring, whatever. Just start creating different webs that expand outside, like the Marvel universe. You've got your Thor movies and stuff like that. You could do that on YouTube, and people would love to see those. So that's it. I love you all. I have loved the View. There's a certain generation that was our parents had to work, and so we were raised by television. Oh, mommy and daddy, I love you so much for giving us the dreams. Yeah, so we were raised by television. So as we were raised by television, there's some amazing elements of television that really made us good people, great people. Thank you. I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful year, especially the ladies that do. Like I said, the producers, everybody involved, you are making the perfect View right now at its zenith. And I don't know where you can go from here, but I think other than expand and explode and brighten even more the airwaves as you have done so for so many years. I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful eternity.